Have you ever been slapped with a meal receipt and left wondering whether you ordered a car or a meal? Well, such may happen when you're holidaying in some of the most luxurious cities across the world. The cost of living, vacation, and shopping in such cities is sky high, meaning they are reserved for the financially unbothered lot. Today in this video, we will highlight them so you can steer clear if your monetary standing is wavering. Let's get it on. Welcome back to our channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. Number 5. Osaka, Japan. To some people, it might seem pointless to ask the question, is Osaka expensive? The city, after all, is Western Japan's hub of culture and commerce. Of course, it's not cheap. The Japanese city of Osaka is exceptionally gorgeous. Osaka is definitely a thriving port city with its modern architecture, vibrant nightlife, and hearty street food. Encircled by a moat and scattered with cherry blossom trees, the fifth most expensive city in the world is a blend of 16th century history and sprawling tower blocks. If you happen to land in the city, you can visit Osaka Castle, Dotonbori, and Universal Studios Japan. Be informed, you'll be in for some mad fun. The city's nicest restaurants, Michelin-starred ones and otherwise, can easily run at least 20,000 yen per person per meal. A day at Universal Studios Japan can cost as much for a large group as several days in Osaka more generally. On the other hand, Osaka hotels are, with the exceptions, very affordable. Many of the city's top attractions are either cheap to enter or completely free. Apart from ultra-high-end properties, hotels in Osaka are pretty affordable. This is the case whether you stay near Osaka and Umeda stations in Namba near Dotonbori Pedestrian Street and Kumuran Market, or even in certain outlying areas. While some ryokan in Osaka exist, and you can find a fair number of Airbnb apartments as well, you'll find boutique business hotels as generally the best bet. Is Osaka expensive for eating and drinking? This largely depends on where you go. While Osaka is second in Michelin-star restaurants in Japan only to Tokyo, there are plenty of affordable establishments. From conveyor belt sushi restaurants in Shinseikai to street food along Dotonbori. Likewise, while hotel bars tend to be pretty expensive places to get a drink, Osaka is home to an inordinate number of izakaya pubs, to say nothing of all the other watering holes where you can drink for pennies. Whether you're traveling to Osaka for business or pleasure, I hope you'll consider a custom Japan itinerary. Number 4. Geneva, Switzerland. Switzerland is one of the most expensive places to live in the world. Taxes are relatively low, but insurance, services, and food are expensive. Swiss residents still have comparatively high disposable incomes and purchasing power. A 2012 purchasing power study ranked Zurich first and Geneva fourth internationally. Workers require considerably less time to earn enough to buy universal products such as Big Mac or an iPod Nano. The cost of renting an apartment in Geneva is higher than in New York or Paris and twice as much as in Amsterdam or Brussels. A two-bedroom apartment in Geneva will cost between CHF 2,300 and 3,500 per month. Renting a house costs twice as much as an apartment. According to a survey, a family of 4 would need an income of at least CHF 7,000 per month to maintain a modest lifestyle. As elsewhere, the general rule of thumb is that rental costs should not be higher than 25% of gross monthly income. Added to the monthly rent is an amount for charges and utilities, which usually includes building heating costs and maintenance. This is a partial charge, and the actual usage is calculated later. Then either invoiced or refunded electricity is billed directly to the tenant. Home to the headquarters of the United Nations, the International Committee of the Red Cross and Reuters, Geneva also boasts breathtaking scenery, a multicultural population, and a high-quality living. Hundreds of wealthy individuals set up home there every year, and it's easy to see why. When you want to dine, you can take your pick of the many Michelin-starred restaurants on offer, among them Dominique Gauther's Le Chat Balt, overlooking the lake. For a change from the traditional fondues, indulge in the Genevan specialty of filet de perches. I highly recommend enjoying this dish on the peaceful terrace of Restaurant du Creux de Gintude. Geneva is Switzerland's ultimate shopping destination, whether you're looking for the designer flagship stores of the Rue de Rhône, the independent boutiques and department stores of Rue de Mont Blanc, or the quirky vintage finds of Plain Palais. Shoppers can truly satisfy their need for some retail therapy while soaking up the local atmosphere. Located in the middle of Western Europe, Geneva is a gateway to endless destinations, but with the ski resorts of Megève and Chamonix accessible within an hour and the lake transforming into a hub of activity during the warmer months, you may struggle to find a reason to travel elsewhere. Buying a property in Geneva may require more effort than elsewhere in Europe, but with its currency enjoying a continued safe haven status and its inhabitants enjoying an enviable lifestyle, it may well be a challenge worth pursuing. Number 3, Zurich, Switzerland. Zurich is the largest city in Switzerland and one of the country's most beautiful, with a range of stunning architecture and historic structures. The city lies in the heart of Europe and at the center of the country, sitting on the northern shores of Lake Zurich. There's so much to do, taste, and culture to witness in Zurich, but here we'll sum up some of the city's best attractions. Firstly is the famous lake. Lake Zurich is one of the most beautiful tourist attractions in Switzerland. Stretching down from the city of Zurich, the lake was an important passage for boats traveling between towns along the lake. The lakeside is dotted with restaurants, hotels, and cafes, a popular escape for many in Europe and Switzerland looking for a scenic city break. Then there's Promenade Lake. Promenade Lake is a park located on the banks of Zurich's charming Lake Zurich, a tourist attraction in the city. Promenade Lake in Zurich is one of the main tourist areas in Switzerland, which is frequented by many tourists and visitors in the summer to escape the heat and hustle of their cities. The area here is characterized by its natural beauty and moderation of its proximity to Lake Zurich. You can sit on the edge of the lake and enjoy the beauty of the scenery around you. You can also enjoy exploring the park on foot or rent a bike and stroll around the park. And for water lovers, there is the FIFA World Football Museum. The FIFA World Football Museum was recently opened in February 2016 in the city as a new venue with a history of football and everything related to it. The museum is one of the most important tourist places in Switzerland. It attracts several tourists from all over the world. It offers more than 1,000 exhibits and private showrooms, including a library, cafe, cinema, play areas, and famous exhibits for men and women. In a nutshell, Zurich is often listed as one of the world's best in terms of quality of life, as well as a unique destination for lovers of history and culture, as well as the beautiful landscape found around the area. If you're looking for the best places for tourism in Zurich, you'll enjoy visiting its tourist attractions such as Zurich Lake, Bahnhofstrasse, Old Botanical Garden, and Zurich Zoo. Number 2, Singapore. In Singapore, the city of 5.6 million people, nicknamed the Lion City, is home to about 44 billionaires and many more multi-millionaires. Its wealth was the backdrop for the 2018 film Crazy Rich Asians. Singapore's real-life billionaires include Robert and Philip Ning, two brothers worth a combined $12.1 billion. The control of the Far East Organization, Singapore's largest private landlord and property developer, which was founded by their father, Ning Teng Fong, in 1934. Then there's the Wee family. Wee Cho Yaw, who's worth $6.4 billion, founded the United Overseas Bank, Singapore's third largest financial institution, in 1935. His son, Wee Cheong, is now chairman and CEO of the bank. According to the South China Morning Post, Singapore's ultra-wealthy rely on tight-knit connections and intermarrying among the wealthiest families to maintain their wealth. For this upper crust, the most coveted homes are called landed properties, which means the residents own the tract of land, not just a condominium within a building. The most exclusive of these homes are classed as good-class bungalows, which are houses that typically have at least 15,000 square feet of living space. In one of Singapore's ritziest neighborhoods, Orchard Road, luxury apartments start at about $22 million. It's also the city's commercial and shopping hub. When it comes to dining, you might spot a billionaire or two at Cut by Wolfgang Puck, which serves dishes like Japanese Wagyu beef, steak tartare, veal tongue, caviar, and Maine lobster. It's located in Marina Bay Sands, the Singapore landmark that includes a hotel, a casino, a museum, a shopping mall, and incredible views of the city and the bay. Number 1. Hong Kong, China. Hong Kong is a city full of millionaires and billionaires. The city now has the highest concentration of super rich people globally, surpassing New York City, Tokyo, and Paris. 1 in 7 residents is a millionaire, and the city is home to approximately 93 billionaires. Hong Kong is also the most expensive city in the world for housing. The annual Demographia International Housing Affordability Survey has ranked Hong Kong the least affordable city for housing in the world for 8 years in a row. While many Hong Kong residents struggle to pay astronomical prices for nano apartments or coffin homes, the city's ultra-rich residents live in multi-million-dollar mansions in ritzy neighborhoods like Deepwater Bay or The Peak, drive Porsches, and eat at one of the city's 82 Michelin star-rated restaurants. Alibaba Group founder Jack Ma, worth $46 billion, is based in mainland China but is rumored to have bought a $191 million mansion in Hong Kong's most expensive neighborhood in 2015. But Hong Kong's elite doesn't just sit in their mansions all day. You might find them shopping at one of the city's luxury shopping destinations. The Landmark is a high-end shopping center in central Hong Kong's financial district that includes Michelin-starred restaurants, Louis Vuitton's Asia flagship store, and shops such as Harvey Nichols and Tiffany. Hong Kong seems likely to remain a haven for the crazy rich for the foreseeable future. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out more videos on our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.